They say that the simple songs are always the best ones, and I definitely agree. And when it comes to improvising over songs that only have two chords, sometimes knowing what to play can be difficult. Now, one of my favourite modes is the Lydian Mode, and the Lydian Mode is a quintessential sound that is used in a number of really classic songs that just utilise two major chords. Think Dreams by Fleetwood Mac, Here Comes My Girl by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, the list goes on. And all of these songs have something in common. They all modulate from one major chord to another major chord a whole tone apart. For example, a G major up to an A major. Now, when you just listen to this and you try to improvise, maybe you're going to try and find a scale that works, it's quite ambiguous. We don't know whether we're going to play in G major, whether we're playing in A major in that chordal example. And this is where the Lydian Mode comes in, because you're going to want to utilize this to give that modulation of two major chords a whole tone apart to really kind of sell that sound. But there's a really cool hack that I want to share with you today. And it means that if you know your major scale, then you don't actually need to learn anything new. So before I dive into this hack, just a quick music theory lesson. So the Lydian scale is exactly the same as the major scale, just with a raised fourth. So you would take your fourth degree of the scale and you would just move it up a semitone. Now, that's all well and good, but it does take a little bit of getting used to. You have to go through the scale, and then you have to remember, okay, this is the fourth, and we're going to move it up. You know, if we're in G, then we're going to take the C and move it up to C sharp. And then it starts to feel like you're learning something new. But what I want to share with you today is a really quick way to transpose the Lydian scale to another major scale that we already know, that doesn't involve raising or flattening any notes. So the hack is to take whatever key we're in. So if it's from G to A, then it's going to be G Lydian. Now what you need to do is you need to find the key of G, and using the major scale you want to find the fifth. So you want to go up the scale from your G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you want to find that note. Now the fifth of G is D. So if you play the D major scale over a G Lydian progression, then you're going to get the Lydian sound. And you'll notice this as we go through the G Lydian scale. You'll notice as we play through this that there's actually a lot of similarities. The G Lydian scale and the D major scale effectively share a lot of the same notes. Now, it's not just as simple as just playing D major. You do want to think about your target notes. Now, that raised fourth is definitely going to be the note that you want to sell in that particular scale. So you can find that raised fourth in a few different positions naturally occurring within the D major scale. So when you're thinking about phrasing, you want to try and resolve or start your phrases on one of those intervals to really sell the Lydian sound. But if you can navigate that, you're going to have some really great sounding solos. John Mayer does this to great effect in the outro of his song off the, I think it was the Search for Everything album, a song called Changing. The song kind of transitions to like an outro progression, and then John, especially live, plays some great solos. you're looking for some phrasing ideas of how to solo over the Lydian progression, then I definitely think it's worth checking out some live performances on YouTube of John playing over those chords. And I hope this will give you some really quick and easy ways to get up to speed on some of these other modes of the major scale. So just a really quick and simple lesson today. I love the Lydian mode. It's really commonly occurring, especially in, film scores and cinematic music. It's a really useful mode, has a very uplifting quality. I think it's just a really cool sound. So it's definitely one that I urge you all to have a go at. And hopefully if you've been scratching your head wondering how to solo over these kind of two major chords that sound a little bit ambiguous, then this is how you do it. So, as always, thank you for checking out this video. If you did find it helpful, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next video. And just to help everybody out, if you do have any favourite songs yourself that utilise this Lydian mode, then leave them in the comments down below so other people can get inspired by this really cool mode. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.